Good evening, folks, and welcome to more PIHANA hockey. We're at the Target Iceplex here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, for a battle of two first-place teams as the Norse get ready to welcome in the Montreal Mammoths from the Canada Division. We are at center ice, Ely against Cody, and we are off and running here with the first game of our triple header here on a Wednesday night. Thank you for joining us, folks. Here we go. Bronislav Burry gets it behind his net, turns out in front, gets it to Matty Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen trying to cut in, he'll lose the puck in a maze of mammoths there. Ely up to Winters, up to Lackinen. Lackinen poked off by Konstantinov. Oh no, Nikola, excuse me. Cody up to Burry. Burry trying to gain speed, he gets bumped at the line there. It'll come to Jean-Charles Vincent. Sticked away there, this time by Konstantinov. Albrechtsen trying to skate free, he gets it up ice to Burry. Enters the zone, shot, stopped by Zavina. And he will hold right there. Our goalies tonight, they go back to their starters. Jake Zavina in net for Montreal, and Eddie Salo backstopping the Norse defense. Chris Rain wins the faceoff back to Konstantinov. It'll come back to Rain. His shot will get blocked in the slot there. Konstantinov to Nikola. Down low to Rain. Shot gets blocked away again. McNaughton in the corner. Flips it up high, and it's turned over. McNaughton with it again. Nikola down low to Tuominen. Tuominen looking for room. Gets it to the high slot and Rain. Shot! Glove by Zavina. And he will hold right there. So Chris Rain with an opportunity there. We're back to the face-off now. Milos Kovac against Franz Schegstead. Kovac wins it back. Bjornsson off the glove of Zavina. Minnesota taking care of the action here early. Hughes will stop. He'll get it over to Parton. Slap shot. Blockered away by Salo. Kovac pressed to the boards there. It is Acho on him there. Acho now behind the net. Out front shot. Gloved away by Salo. Kovac picks it up. He's pressed again by Acho. Now Bjornsson will come in to fight for Minnesota. Acho in front. And it's stopped there by Salo. Looked like it hit right into the chest. Bounced down in front, but now cleared away by Minnesota, now in their offensive zone. Kovachenko gets the puck taken away by Schegstead. Franz Schegstead to the blue line, to Boris Duda, shot stopped there by Salo. Oh, and a penalty coming up here to Sikora. They're going to call him for interference there. Not sure I totally buy that call. Both players going for the puck. Sikora just decides to give him a little shot before they end up on the puck there. We'll see the replay. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could have called roughing. I have a tough time with an interference call there, excuse me. So it'll be Gavrikchuk on the penalty kill against Ely in the faceoff dot. And it'll be one to Sokolov. Vincent to Parton, and Sokolov in the slot. Glove by Salo, and he'll hold. Good glove save there by Eddie Salo. Back to the faceoff dot. In this battle against two first-place teams. Minnesota sitting at 8 points, leading the America Division, following two straight overtime losses. Blockered away, shot by Vincent there. Konstantinov picks it up, and he'll flip it all the way down. Montreal leading the league and the Canada Division with 18 points, sitting at 6-1-0-0, so no overtime games for Montreal. But what's felt like a trend is when you do play Minnesota, you get that overtime game down low, and it can't get through. Ely now, shot gets blocked. Partanen, stopped there by Salo. Another stop on the shot by Sokolov. So Salo right now standing tall. Minnesota probably led the action the first 3 minutes, but now this power play has allowed Montreal to lead the action here. Kovachenko will try to come in. It'll be offsides, and now Cesaro will come in as he gets back on side. Ely takes it away as he pounded him into the glass. De Laurent from Montreal looks to get deep. Ely, oh, and he had the opportunity to go backdoor, believed to Sokolov, and he couldn't get the pass through. 30 seconds now left here on the power play. Penalty by Martin Sikora for interference. Shot, glove there. De Laurent with the slap shot from the wing, and it's gloved by Salo. We'll have Gavrikchuk. This time against Lackinen. Gavrikchuk will win it back. Nikola tries to get it out. It's kept in. Dubois able to keep it just in. Lars Schegstead blockered away. Shegstead pressed behind the boards, and it'll come to Albrechtsen where he'll flip it out. And that'll do it for the Montreal power play. So Minnesota back to even strength, looking if they can grab some momentum off that penalty kill. Shegstead shot, blockered away. Oh, and it just goes wide from Lackinen. Looked like he forced it on net again, and it just goes wide. Shegstead up high to Acho. Over to Hughes. Slap shot. Just goes wide. Acho tries to flip it back, and it'll be picked off by Tuominen. Ivari Tuominen has Rain cutting down the slot. Tries to get it through, and Lackinen picks that pass off. It'll come free to Mark Dubois. He'll go cross ice to Lackinen. Lackinen looking to enter the zone. He'll stop. Head down the wall. Gets it low to Dubois. Dubois at the goal line. Can't do anything with it. Comes free, and now Henrik Nicola. He gets it poked away. Back deeper into his zone, behind his own net. Nicola trying to come free. They'll get it up to McNaughton. Jace McNaughton coming in wide. Stops there at the half wall. Forced back to the point. It'll be Rain. He'll try to get into the slot. Over to Bjornsson. His shot gets blocked away by Dubois. Tuominen down low. Jace McNaughton with it. He comes out to the corner. Shot! Stopped there by Zavina. Puck hops in the air. Zavina able to catch it there and hold to get the stoppage. 11:05 left here in the first period. Montreal and Minnesota tied at 0. Both teams have carried the momentum at certain points of this game, but neither able to grab the momentum and get a goal from it. Vincent will turn it over to Albrechtsen. Bronislav Burry shot stop. Albrechtsen on the rebound, can't get it through Zavina. Puck will hop free. It'll come to Vincent. Vincent tries to clear it up to Duda. Duda is pressed to the boards. They'll fight for it. Albrechtsen out to Burry. Burry turns, almost turns it over. Puck hops back to the point of Bjornsson. Burry now shot and stopped by Zavina. Bronislav Burry walking down the slot with that speed, able to get free. Fires a shot, but it's squeezed by Jake Zavina, the goaltender for Montreal. Kovac against De Laurent. Kovac back to Sikora. Sikora walks down. He'll flip it to Kovachenko. Back to Sikora. Slap shot. He breaks his own stick. So Sikora heads to the bench to get a new twig. Langenberg in front, blocked away. Doesn't ever get on goal to Zavina. Winters will flip it up to Duda. Terenti Mikhailov. Mikhailov gets it sticked away. Mikhailov walking in from the corner. Shot stopped by Salo. Duda now. Oh, and it gets cleared away. Kovachenko with it there. Vincent blows up Nurzan Kovachenko. He's slow to get up. Shot. Montreal with an advantage right here as Kovachenko now just getting back into the play after the big hit by Vincent. Duda in front. They score! So Nurzan Kovachenko, I don't know if he was supposed to drop down into that coverage, but either way, it sets up Marshall De Laurent by himself in the slot. Fires the one-timer past Salo to give Montreal the 1-0 lead here with 8.5 minutes left here in the first. Set up by Duda and Mikhailov as they take the lead here on the road. Leifer Stephenson gets it up to Shegstead. This will be Franz. His shot gets blocked away. It'll come to Gavrachuk. Gavrachuk loses it. Sokolov pounded there by Ramsey. Ramsey will get it free to Sikora. Cesaro for Minnesota will turn. Sokolov will stick it away from Ricky Ramsey. Montreal on the attack. Shegstead gets it to the front. And now Sokolov able to pick it up. Gets it away from Bjornsson. Winters up to Acho. Acho, slap shot. He scores! So a one-timer there by Jean-Gabriel Acho. And just like that, they have 2 on the board here in Minnesota, set up by Franz Shegstead and Leifer Stephenson. So now top line's back out here. It'll be Cody against Ely. And it'll be one away by Minnesota. Konstantinov down low. Can't get it through. Lars Shegstead now with it. Shegstead hit there by Nikola. Bronislav Burry will come away with it. He'll get it up to Nikola, over to Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen up to Cody. Cody stops. Tries to get it down low, and he's taken off the puck there. Ely up to Lars Shegstead. Shegstead bodied off the puck. Ely now down in the corner. Gets to the front of the net. Shot stopped there by Salo at the side of the net. And he will hold right there. Chris Rain against Evgeny Ely in the dot. And it'll be one away as Jace McNaughton comes in for Minnesota to pick it up. Tuominen. Ivari Tuominen to McNaughton. Shot stopped there. Oh, and Rain couldn't get the rebound on net. Hopped right over his stick. Tuominen now with it in the corner. He'll try to kick it free. It'll come up the boards, and Mark Dubois will pick it off. Montreal looking to enter the zone. He'll stay wide. Stop up for a sec. Poked away by Nikola. Up to Tuminen. Tuminen trying to get it out of the zone, and he's belted there. Comes to Montreal. 4:40 left here in the first. Winters back in his own zone to Vincent. They'll reset. Kovalev up to Winters. London Winters. Gets it across the line and then dumps it deep. First one on it will be Dubois for Montreal. He'll get it up to Kovalev. Dubois in the high slot. Skates away. Skates to the boards. Pressed there by Konstantinov, and it'll come away to Chris Rain. Chris Rain with a little bit of room. He gets it sticked away. London Winters on the attack. Blasted by Nikola. Konstantinov will now flip it up to his deep partner, Nikola. Nikola to Tuminen. He'll lose it there at the blue line. Duda over to Kovalev. Nikola coming up to Langenberg. Over to Kovac. Milos Kovac. Behind the net, gets it taken away. It'll be Mikhailov with it now. Duda. Poked away, but it goes right to the stick of De Laurent. De Laurent, 2 minutes now left here in the first period here in Minnesota at the Target Iceplex. It'll be Milos Kovac. Oh, and he's obliterated by De Laurent. De Laurent tries to come to the front of the net, and it gets stuck in the skates of Kovac. Milos Kovac. He'll try to flip it in. It'll come to Partanen. Partanen kicks it up the boards. It'll be Hughes on it now. Hughes belted there by Cesaro at his own bench. De Laurent stops, gets it to Partanen, trailing the play, down low, and it's stopped by Salo. Looked like that was more of a pass, trying to get it down to Boris Duda. Gavrchuk against Franz Schegstead in the face-off circle. Will be won by Schegstead. Back to Brewster to Stephenson. Acho gets it blocked in front. Bjornsson will come away. Up to Ramsey. Cesaro tries to get through, and he's hit there. And Brewster with the big hit. He'll get it to Sokolov, to Schegstead. He'll lose it at the blue line and regain control. Acho shot. Stop there. It's in front. Oh, and it gets steered away from the crease there by Sikora. 3 seconds left here in the first. Stephenson gets it over to Sokolov. He's belted there by Gavrchuk. And that's going to do it here from the first period from Minnesota. So 2 one-timers by Acho and De Laurent get Montreal on the board up 2-0 at the end of one. We're going to take our first intermission. Be right back with you for the start of the second period. All right, we are back here ready for the second period. Montreal with 2 goals in the first period to take a 2-0 lead here on the road in Minnesota. Minnesota wins the opening draw of the second period, and we're off and running. Jean-Charles Vincent gets it up to Lars Schegstead. He'll come across the blue line, get it to Ely in the center, and it's taken away by Nikola. Bronislav Burry trying to get it low. It'll be stopped at the blue line, and then kicked down to Vincent for Montreal. Laakkonen looking to attack. Evgeny Ely now with it in the Montreal offensive end. Behind the net to Laakkonen. He's pressed there by Konstantinov. They'll continue to fight there and battle. It'll come free. Come to Burre. Burre up to Konstantinov. Penalty coming up on Montreal. And it's offsides there, but they're still going to get the power play for the hit there. They're going to call interference on Lars Schegstead. He was hammered there in the corner, or he hammered Burre in the corner there, and they're going to call interference for that. So Minnesota on the power play now, trailing 2-0. Crucial here to at least maybe get some momentum going your way. They took control in the first 3 minutes. A lot of shots on goal to Zavina, and then they kind of petered out the rest of the period, especially with those 2 goals for Montreal. Bjornsson will look to enter the zone. He gets it sticked away by Partanen. It'll come to De Laurent. He tries to get it up the boards and out, but Albrechtsen blocks it. Albrechtsen blocks it again. To Kovalchenko. Stop there. Rain off the post. Chris Rain with an opportunity there, and he clangs it off the iron. Albrechtsen In the slot, stopped there by Zavina. It'll come to Chris Rain in the corner. He'll try to kick it up. It'll come free to De Laurent, who will backhand and flip it out. It'll come to Kovachenko. Kovachenko up to Albrechtsen. He'll cut to the far boards. Rain now. Albrechtsen down low. Shot. Oh, and a glove stop by Zavina. As Nurzan Kovachenko had an opportunity there. Great setup by Matty Albrechtsen. Cody against Lackinen in the dot. Lackinen wins it back. And Brewster, he'll retreat in his own zone for about a step or two, and then he'll get it out. Nikola gets it up to Cody. Cody across the blue line, staying wide, tries to get it into the slot to Bure. It's knocked away. It'll come to McNaughton. McNaughton up high to Bure. Bure, shot, gets blocked away. It'll come free to Am Brewster, and he'll get it all the way down. Just 10 seconds left remaining here on the Shegstead interference call. Bure with 3 will enter the zone. He's pressed there. McNaughton down low to Cody. Backhand, he scores! So just after the power play ends, Seraphin Cody, set up by Jace McNaughton, with a little backhand flip from Cody to get us to a 2-1 game here in the second. Ely against Kovac, and Ely will win it away. It'll come to Lackinen on the wing. Lackinen looking to step in. He'll lose the puck there. Flipped behind the net to Bjornsson. Thomas Bjornsson. He'll stop. Get it over to Sikora. Up to Kovachenko. Nurzan. Gets it to the blue line and bumps it in. It'll come to Partanen. Up to Ely. Ely into the slot to Lackinen. Stopped by Salo. And he'll hold. Rain against Ely in the dot. Rain wins it back to Sikora. Sikora will turn in his own zone, try to kick it up the boards. He'll lose it to Lackinen. Ooh, Shegstead gets obliterated in the slot as he loses his helmet. The hit by Bjornsson. Sikora loses the puck there. Download Acho and a glove save by Salo. Great setup by Montreal. Back to the face-off dot. This will be Franz Shegstead going up against Chris Rain. 14:23 left here in the second period. Rain wins it back to Nikola. He'll get it over to Konstantinov, up to Rain, and they look to exit. It'll get up to Tuominen. Tuominen to McNaughton. McNaughton with an assist already tonight. Konstantinov, oh, quick fire there on Zavina, and he's able to glove it away. Winters will come away with it. London Winters gets bumped off the puck there by Rain, but he gets back control. Sokolov shot, glove by Salo. Good setup there by Winters. Getting it to Sokolov in that mid-slot area. Fires, but a good, quick reflexes of Eddie Salo to flash that glove and get it. It'll be won by Gavrchuk. He'll try to flip it to Cesaro. It's slowed a little bit on the deflection. He'll lose it. Sokolov with Shegstead. Stopped by Salo. Oh, man, what a bad turnover there by the Norse, leading to a 2-on-0 for Montreal. And honestly, if Shegstead, I think if he just sort of slides it over, Sokolov has a wide open net and he buries that one. Gavrchuk will win it back to Konstantinov. It'll be Nikola with it. Nikola up to Cesaro. Trying to get it free and up. It'll be Ricky Ramsey for Montreal, or excuse me, for Minnesota. Gavrchuk stops, gets a low to Ramsey. Shot. Sticked away by Zavina. Winters with it behind his own net. He loses it to Ricky Ramsey. They'll continue to battle for it there in the corner. Gavrchuk in his offensive zone. Up to Konstantinov at the point. Ramsey now in the high slot. He's bumped off the puck. Franz Shegstead will skate in to pick it up. Winters up to Acho. Acho tries to turn. He loses it. They'll continue to battle for it at the boards, right near the penalty boxes. And Ramsey now will come in. He'll come across the line, get it to Cesaro. Nikola down low. Cody. And it's stopped there by Zavina. Vincent on the puck, gets it to Winters. Over to De Laurent. De Laurent to Duda. Boris Duda will turn and now look to attack. They'll get it up to De Laurent. De Laurent probing. He's bumped to the boards by Konstantinov. It'll come to Cody. Cody up to Nikola. Nikola skates free of Duda. Now he's pressed to the boards by Partanen. Comes back to the stick of Nikola, and he'll lose it now. Partanen will get it out of the Montreal zone halfway through the game, halfway through the second period here. Mikhailov in the corner to De Laurent. De Laurent up high, can't get the shot away. De Laurent stopped there by Salo. 9:38 left here, 2-1 game. The most recent goal by Seraphin Cody gets it to a 2-1 game here in the middle stages of this game. Cody against Ely. And it'll be one. I believe Sokolov is the first one in there, and it comes back to Ely. Now Shegstead, blockered away by Salo. Good setup and good save there. Bure gets it up to Cody. Seraphin Cody pauses. Shot gets blocked away. Bjornsson on it now. Cody, the goal scorer for Minnesota. Langenberg down the slot. Stopped by Zavina, and he'll hold. Big stop there as Loki Langenberg floats down the slot area. Gets to his forehand and fires it. Unable to get through Zavina. Kovac against Ely now in the dot. Ely wins it back to Partanen. Sakari Partanen tries to kick it up the boards. And it'll come to Langenberg. Partanen now back with it for Montreal. He's still in his own zone in the corner. They fight for it, continue to battle along the boards. Langenberg cross ice to Sakura. Sakura will lose it. Matthias Lackinen on the puck now. Ely cross ice to Shegstead. Lars Shegstead coming in. He'll get it poked away by Bjornsson, then it's stopped there by Salo. It's a hop back to the stick of Lars Shegstead. Langenberg now up to Kovachenko. He'll get it to Langenberg. Langenberg will stop, waiting for a trailer. And a slash there on Montreal. So Langenberg paused, waited for a trailer, and in the midst of that, and Brewster tried to take it away, and he slashes away at the stick there of Loki Langenberg. Yeah, mostly gets his fist on that one. So an easy call there, and another Minnesota power play. They did not score on their last power play, but scored mere seconds after it had ended. There'll be one away, and Partanen will go off the glass and out. Konstantinov with it. He'll flip it up to Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen will skate in. He's belted there by Jean-Charles Vincent. And back out of the zone by Montreal. Konstantinov will trail back to go get it. He'll pick it up, and they'll try to get going. Langenberg to Bure. Slap shot stopped by Zavina. Good one-timer there. Excuse me, Chris Rain. My fault. Chris Rain on the slap shot. And De Laurent will win it back for Montreal again, and they'll flip it out. Minute 15 left here on the Brewster minor. Bjornsson to Kovachenko. Up to Cody. Cody stops, gets it to McNaughton. McNaughton enters with Bure. Slot stopped there by Zavina. And he'll glove it right there. Cody now again against Lackinen in the dot. Lackinen kicks it back. It'll be Winters. He can't get it out. Bure in the slot, blockered away by Zavina. Big save there by the goaltender. Bure now trying to get back to the slot. Shoots it right into the chest of Zavina, and he'll hold right there. So do big stops on Bronislav Bure, one of the speedier players in our league. Cody against Lackinen again in the dot. 44 seconds left on the power play. Cody to Bjornsson to McNaughton. Glove save by Zavina. So Minnesota now controlling the action here on Montreal. We saw this in the first period, that control can kind of lead to two quick goals like it did for Montreal. We'll see if Minnesota can get it back to even here. Cody wins it back to Kovachenko. Up high to Bjornsson. Tries to flip it down, and he'll lose it. Winters will have it. He'll get it to Hughes, who will get it all the way down and out. First one there is Kovachenko for Minnesota. He'll get it up to Bure. Bure turns it over. Lackinen chasing Bjornsson on it. Bjornsson gets it away, and now it's turned over in a trip there. Not sure who that was. I couldn't quite tell for Minnesota. It'll be Bronislav Bure. He'll be caught for the trip. So we'll go 4-on-4 for about 10 seconds, and then Montreal will go on the power play for the rest of that 2 minutes. Easy trip there on Franz Shakestead. Rain against Ely in the dot. Ely wins it back. He'll come to Hughes to Partanen. And now a power play here for Montreal. As Brewster gets out of the box, Minnesota flips it all the way out of the zone. Chris Rain battles Colin Hughes there for it. It'll come free to Rain. He's behind the net, still with it. Gets it up to Cesaro, and Cesaro can't do anything with it there. Too much traffic. Sakari Partanen now cuts to the middle. Sokolov with room. Shot gets blocked away in front. And Salo will poke it out of his crease. Partanen now with it. Long pass up to Ely. Ely trying to get room. Sokolov in alone. He scores! Sylvester Sokolov. So both defenders collapse on Ely as he tries to get through the zone. He just flips it ahead, and Sokolov ends up all alone and flips it high over the glove of Eddie Salo to make it a 3-1 game here in Minnesota. So a unsuccessful, I should say, power play by Minnesota, and a penalty near the end of that power play leads to Montreal now getting a 3-1 lead. Rain backhand, stopped by Zavina. Kovac wins it back. Konstantinov, he scores! Dmitry Konstantinov just rips it right by Jake Zavina. What a shot by the defenseman there. So Konstantinov gets it back to a 1-goal game. Ready for the face-off here again. It's 3-2 now here in Minnesota. So a good answer by the Norse. Langenberg, glove stop by Zavina. Kovac now up against Ely in the dot. Kovac with the only assist on the Konstantinov goal as he won the face-off back. Konstantinov with just a missile fired right by Jake Zavina. I don't think he ever really saw it either. Might have been too much of a screen out in front with the face-off just happening. Puck's battled for along the half boards. It'll come free to Kovachenko. Kovachenko will get to the red line and flip it in deep. Vincent, the first one on it for Montreal. He's pressed to the boards by Kovac. They'll continue to battle there. It'll come free. Oh, and it gets by the skates of Konstantinov. He tried to just kick it to keep it in the zone, and it hops right by him. Lackinen stopped there, and Konstantinov will get it away from danger. Kovac up to Kovachenko. Kovachenko will flip it in. First one on it is Langenberg behind the net. Up front. Cote stopped there by Zavina. And Langenberg tries to flip it on net. Burry! He's stopped by Zavina. And he'll hold right there. A minute 28 left here in the middle frame from the Target Iceplex here in Minnesota. Cody against Ely in the dot. Minute 28 left. Top line against top line. Cody wins it back. Konstantinov belted there. Albrechtsen down the slot. Shot! Oh, and it is peeled off the goal line by Zavina as it did just sneak through him. His persistence, he sticks with it and peels it away from that goal line before it can cross. So a good shot there by Albrechtsen. It'll be Cody against Shakestead now. Franz Shakestead. Cody wins it away. Bjornsson stopped there. Might have been deflected right in front of Zavina, but he comes up with the stop. Acho now as we eclipse a minute left here in the period. They'll get it back to Stephenson. Shakestead stopped there. Shakestead belted behind the net. Albrechtsen will flip it out to Cody. Seraphin Cody gets to the blue line. Gets it to Burry. Burry shot, and he scores! So the deflection, Burry sticks with it in that speed. He's able to get to the puck. Zavina then out of position as he was expecting kind of a, that slow puck coming on net after the deflection. Burry picks it up and then fires it past Zavina. So we are now tied at 3 after the goal by Bronislav Burry. Right here near the end of the second period. Stephenson will turn in the neutral zone back to his own zone. Stephenson. And that's going to end the period right there as Brewster gets it up to Sokolov. So, we entered the period 2-0 Montreal, and Minnesota has fought themselves back. This does look like now a matchup between first place teams. We are tied at 3, headed to the third period. We're going to take our second intermission. Be right back with you for what looks to be a great third period. Back here now in Minnesota. The target Iceplex here in Minneapolis is the Minnesota Norse. First place in the America Division. Go up against the Montreal Mammoths. First place of the Canada Division. And just like you would expect, we have a 3-3 game headed here to the third period. Konstantinov will flip it up to Nikola. He'll get it up to Cody. Seraphin Cody turns. Looking to find room. This has been a trend as of recent for Minnesota. Go down early, get it back to tied, and go to overtime. Their last couple games, a shootout loss at Toronto, and then an overtime loss home against Boston. Both those home games as well. I said at Toronto. It was a home loss there. But Minnesota have been very consistent about getting to overtime. They're hoping maybe they could either win this in regulation or just get an overtime win. They don't have one of those yet this season. Ely now comes across the line. He'll be picked off by Cody as he tried to center. Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen to Cody. Ooh, and he had Bure charging that back post. Lars Shegstead. He'll flip it in. Nikola picks it up behind the net. Bumped there, but he gets it away. It'll come back to Nikola from Konstantinov. He has a goal early in the game. Franz Shegstead, and they'll be offsides. So yes, our goal scorers on each side, De Laurent and Acho, first two for Montreal. Then it was fired back by Seraphin Cody to get it to a 2-1 game. Sylvester Sokolov with a power play goal on a breakaway to break it open to 3-1. And then quick goals by Dmitry Konstantinov and Bronislav Bure to get us back to a 3-3 even square game. And here we are with 17 minutes left here in the third. The winner's still yet to be decided. Lackinen. Shot stopped there by Salo. It'll come behind the net. Konstantinov and Lackinen will fight for it. They continue to battle. Konstantinov able to come away, and he'll get it up ice to McNaughton. Jace McNaughton to the blue line. Looking to get it deep. He's got it there in the corner. Comes out front. Backhand. Doesn't get the shot on net. Tuominen now with it. He's looking. He's on his backhand. He can't get the shot on net either. It'll come to Winters. He'll flip it up to Lackinen. Lackinen to Sokolov. Sokolov stops. Gets it to Lackinen in the slot. Blockered away by Salo. Sokolov. Oh my goodness. I could have swore that was destined for the net. Oh my goodness. You could probably tell by the way I was announcing. I was already getting ready to say, and they score. But Eddie Salo, what an incredible feat of athleticism to get across there and rob Franz Shegstead on the back post. Acho now down low. Oh, and they had another opportunity attacking there, but it was picked off by Kovac. Good defensive play there by the centerman. So Montreal with two good opportunities there, both snuffed out. One by the goaltender, one by the forward for Minnesota. Langenberg will get it up to Kovachenko. Kovachenko will flip it high and in. It'll come around the boards. Kovac, he's wrestled there with Shegstead. Shegstead gets it away. He'll get up to Sokolov, up to Acho. Acho now enters the zone against Bjornsson, and he's belted there. It'll come back to the blue line, but kept in by Partanen. He'll lose it to Langenberg, up to Sikora, the defenseman leading the rush. Martin Sikora flips it back. Kovac shot gets blocked away. Hughes now with it. Colin Hughes to Mikhailov. Mikhailov belted at the boards. Acho, De Laurent can't get the shot away. It'll come back to Acho, kept in there by Stephenson. Then a one-timer stopped by Salo. Martin Sikora up to Kovac. He's belted there at his own blue line. Sikora goes behind his own net, looking to create room. He'll stop to try to get away from De Laurent. Gets it up to Gavrachuk, who will lose it. Mikhailov in the slot gets bumped off the puck. Sikora comes away with it. Now Gavrachuk. Petya Gavrachuk loses it at the blue line. Comes back all the way to Bjornsson in his own zone. Minnesota looking to come on the attack now. Ramsey to Sikora. Sikora almost loses it with the forecheck, but now Gabriel Cesaro. Cesaro shot gloved by Zavina, and he'll hold. Gavrachuk against Dubois in the dot. Gavrchuk wins it back. Cesaro back to the point to Konstantinov. Ramsey to Gavrchuk. High slot glove by Zavina. And it'll hold right there. 11:24 left here in the third. Tie game 3-3 between Montreal and Minnesota, the two first place teams right now. Technically, Minnesota is tied with New York at the top, but on goal differential right now, because they have not played each other, Minnesota has the lead. Albrechtsen down low, and it's stopped there point blank by Jake Zavina. Good save there by the American. And Brewster, he'll look to enter. He's bumped off the puck there by Burry. Burry now with speed. He's got room. He's got speed. Shot gets blocked away there. Stephenson with the block. It'll come behind the Montreal net to Kovalev. He'll kick it free to Stephenson, to Dubois. Montreal looks like they'll get out. Babcock now. Down to Brewster. Can't get the shot on net. Mikkola will get it up to Cody. Seraphin Cody picked off by Dubois. Lee for Stephenson now with it for Montreal. He'll get it up to Babcock. Babcock flips it deep. Mikkola, the first one on it for Minnesota. Across the halfway point here of the third period. Konstantinov now after a loose puck there. He'll skate free of the zone, get it to the red line, and now enter himself. The defenseman leading the rush. He'll lose it to Lackinen. Lars Shegstead gets it poked away. Jace McNaughton will retreat in his own zone. Flip it over to Tuominen. Up to Konstantinov. To Rain. Chris Rain to McNaughton. McNaughton will lose it there. Chris Rain trying to enter. Chris Rain continues. Chris Rain down low. Can't get the shot away. Evgeny Ely now to London Winters. Winters up to Shegstead. Shegstead pressed to the boards there by Mikkola. Mikkola looking to skate away. Gets out of his zone and then turns it over to Shegstead. Shegstead. He had Ely cutting towards the net but unable to get the pass through. Ivari Tuominen now for Minnesota. Belted at the blue line there by London Winters. Winters, he's hit there. Konstantinov with the big hit. Oh, and it's turned over. Shegstead stopped by Salo. And he'll keep play going as Franz Shegstead was down. Kovac over to Langenberg. Langenberg will now enter. He's surrounded by Mammoths and loses the puck. Winters to the red line. Gets it up to Acho. Jean-Gabriel Acho met by Sakura. And a trip there. So a penalty coming up. A power play here for Minnesota. As we cross the 6-minute mark. Blockered away there by Zabina as Kovachenko gets a shot on net. He'll flip it up the boards. Kovac into the slot. Poked away and touched there by Montreal. So a trip by Sylvester Sokolov, the most recent goal scorer for Montreal. Guilty there of a trip. And he will head to the box. Under 6 minutes left here. Yep, easy trip call there as he knocks over Kovac. Montreal has been perfect on the penalty kill thus far this evening. See if Minnesota can change their fortunes and get a power play goal here. Cody wins it back. Kovachenko's shot gets blocked. Hughes belted there by Cody, and it's going to be a penalty. They are going to say it's a trip. It looked like he hit him, but they're going to say nope, he got his stick low and then his hand up high to knock the forward off balance there. Yeah, it probably was. So 4-on-4 now. A very short-lived power play there for Minnesota as it lasted just 5 seconds. So now we're 4-on-4. We'll stay 4-on-4 for the next minute 55. Shot stop there. Oh, and it comes on net, but it just goes wide. And Brewster, the defenseman, carrying down, looking for an opportunity. Rain will get it up to Konstantinov. Konstantinov loses that room to Stephenson. He had a little bit. Loses it right at the blue line. Lackinen will have it. Mikhailov back in his own zone. He loses it to Bure. Bure gets it poked away by Brewster. Bure now into the slot. Shot. He scores! So Bronislav Bure gets the takeaway from Andre Brewster. Carries into the slot and fires it right past Jake Zavina. So Bure, with the last 2 goals of this game, has now given Minnesota a late third period lead here at home. Valeri Kovalev looking to enter. He'll get it poked away by McNaughton. It'll still be Kovalev on it. It'll come to Cesaro. Gabriel Cesaro turns back in his own zone, gets it up to Konstantinov. He'll lose it. Leave for Stephenson up to Kovalev. Kovalev to Stephenson, and it's stopped there by Salo. So just 21 seconds left on the 4-on-4 and 4:03 remaining here in what could be the final 20 minutes if Montreal is unable to get an equalizer. Lakanen against Kovalchenko in the dot. It'll be one away by Montreal. It'll be Mikhailov. He's pressed to the boards there by Kovalchenko. Kovalchenko gets free with it. Gets it up to Matty Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen flips it down as the 5-second power play for Montreal ends just like that. So we are back to now 5-on-5 action. Slowly approaching that 3-minute mark here of the third period. Stephenson down low to Sokolov. Ely stopped there by Salo. And he will hold. Kovac now against Yevgeny Ely in the dot. 3:04 left here in the third. Minnesota with a 4-3 lead. Trailed by 2 goals in the second period. Got it tied before the end of the second period. And now finds themselves on a Bronislav Bure. Couple of goals. Take the lead 4-3 against the Mammoths. Ely now in. He skates wide. Gets it down low to Lakanen. Stopped there by Salo. And he'll keep play going as Bjornsson will now skate free. 2 minutes left here in the third. Kovalchenko gets it across the blue line. Kovalchenko with room. Sticked away. Langenberg. Pad stop by Zavina. Langenberg back out front. Kovac can't get a shot away as Hughes was pestering him there. And it'll be kicked up the boards and Montreal will pick it up. Under 90 seconds left here in the third. Ely skating wide. Stops. Gets it back to Hughes. Down low to Sokolov. Sokolov on the backhand. Gets it blocked away. Bjornsson loses it, but it comes to Kovalchenko. Under a minute here. Montreal, once they are able to get possession in their own zone, Zavina will leave that net. Albrechtsen behind the net, flips it out to Bjornsson. Bjornsson to Cody. Cody continues to skate in. Looking to just kind of kill some time as they have possession of the puck here. It'll come to Konstantinov. Cross ice to Sikora. Albrechtsen. Oh, and it's right into the pad of Zavina. And he will hold right there. Almost beat the goaltender as it was knocked down by the pad of Zavina. So huge face-off here with just 36 seconds left. Montreal, are they going to get an opportunity with the extra attacker? They lose that. Almost picked off. Acho does pick it off. And there goes Zavina to the empty net. Acho skates in. Backhand glove by Salo. And he'll hold right there. Great stick handling there by Jean-Gabriel Acho as he's able to skate to the front of the net, get a backhand flip on, and it's gloved by Eddie Salo. It'll be one back by Shegstead. Goes cross ice to Winters. To Acho, now Winters. The extra attacker is on here for the final 20 seconds. Vincent, stopped there by Salo. Puck pops in the air and it'll come to Henrik Nikola. He'll lose it to Vincent. Vincent to Lakanen. Oh, off the post, and it's in! It'll be Sylvester Sokolov that gets the goal there. So it clangs off the iron, hits off the back of Salo, and then Sokolov able to swoop in to tuck it away with 13 seconds left here in Minnesota. Sylvester, what an incredible, great offensive effort. Nikola had an opportunity to clear it, unable to. Duda now, and he'll score! Oh my goodness! Boris Duda just walks right down into the slot and he fires it past Eddie Salo. Set up by Winters and De Laurent. Oh my goodness, the fans here in Minnesota are distraught. They can't believe what they've just seen. They have a 4-3 lead with 13 seconds left. And now they trail as the clock will tick down. And that is going to do it. Oh my goodness. These poor Norse fans here cannot believe what has just happened here at the Target Iceplex. As the Montreal Mammoths incredibly get their 7th win on the early season as they trail 4-3. Lakanen off the post and then batted in. Not really batted, but Sokolov scoops in to put it away. And then Boris Duda basically off the faceoff gets in and fires it. Holy cow. So Montreal comes away with a 5-4 win. We're going to take our final break of the evening here from Minnesota and then be right back with you for our post-game stats and information. All right, so back here in Minnesota after the gut-wrenching loss for the Norse here at home as they lose 5-4 to Montreal. On paper, that doesn't look too bad. The best team in the league, you lose by 1 goal. Not too terrible. They've lost now their last 3 games as Minnesota, all by 1 goal each, so they're right there from being basically at the top of the league, and now they find themselves under 500 in their point percentages on the year. So Minnesota 5-4 entering the final minute of the game. At 36 seconds, Jake Zavina leaves the net for Montreal, and they come up with 2 goals in the final 13 seconds. Does Montreal to come away with a regulation 3-point win here in Minnesota. So our team stats as we look at them here: 40 total shots by Montreal, 36 for Minnesota. Good performances, I think, by both goaltenders. That's a lot of shots on goal for it to end up, being a 5-4 game. I think lesser goaltenders, we could have seen something like 7-6 or 7-5, honestly. So to keep it 5-4, not too bad, I think, by both goaltenders here. 36 hits for Montreal, just 29 for the Norse. The Norse winning the face-off battle 29-21. The Norse unable to get any power play goals on the evening as they go 0 of 3, and Montreal finishing 1 of 3 on the power play. So you look at it there, that's the difference right there. A power play goal, and there it is right there as you see on the screen. Sylvester Sokolov gets the breakaway and fires it past Eddie Salo for the goal. So now we'll head to our individual stats. We'll take a look at Montreal. Sokolov with the 2 goals on the evening. De Laurent a goal and an assist, and Boris Duda with a goal and assist. Duda with the game winner tonight, along with a +2. Acho a goal, and then our assist people. We got a lot of them. Vincent, Ely, Winters, Franz Shegstead, Lakinen, Terenti Mikhailov, Sakari Partanen, Leifer Stephenson, all with assists, which means, yes, your point leader, Lars Shegstead, unable to get a point here tonight, and he also marks a -2 on the scorecard here tonight. Our hits, Shegstead with 4, Winters with 6, and Jean-Charles Vincent with 6 as well. So a lot of point getters. The 6 that don't are Hughes, Shegstead, and Brewster with a bad turnover to Bronislav Burry that set up what looked like it could have been the game-winning goal, but ends up being just the 4th goal for Minnesota tonight. Kovalev, Dubois, and Babcock all unable to mark points here tonight. Then the goaltending, Jake Zavina, 36 shots against, comes up with 32 saves, ends up at an .889. Not ideal, but Zavina, I think, still a pretty good performance as he doesn't get the full 60 minutes as he had to head to the bench to get the extra attacker, which Montreal did score on. The important part, and I think the part that Zavina will say, yeah, that's all that matters, is he did come away with a win. That's the important part here in Minnesota. So now we look at the heartbreak on the other side as Bronislav Burry comes away with 3 points tonight, 2 goals and an assist. Cody with a goal and an assist. Dmitry Konstantinov fired one past Zavina to get his 2nd goal in the season. Milos Kovac, Matty Albrechtsen, and Jace McNaughton all with assists here tonight. So not as many point getters, but Bronislav Burry, that one was unassisted. Konstantinov only had 1 assist on his, so kind of it ends up adding up or being close to adding up there, I'd say. Nikola Sikora, Bjornsson, Kovachenko, Rain, Gavrilchuk, Langenberg, Cesaro, Ramakers, Tumanen, Ramsey, and Dalton all with nothing. Jason Dalton with 0 minutes played here tonight. Ramakers only finishing with 143, so that 3rd line for Minnesota, that 3rd line D pair, and not getting a ton of ice time out there tonight. We look at Chris Rain ends up with a +1. He had 3 shots and no hits. Jace McNaughton a +1, 4 shots, no hits. He also came away with an assist tonight. And I believe, and then Konstantinov and Bure, all of them come away with a +1 here tonight. Minuses, Ramsey, Cesaro, Gavrilchuk. So some depth there. Sikora, another -1 tonight. Matty Albrechtsen played on that top line, and he comes away with a -1, so disappointing evening for him. And that's going to do it for our skaters. We head to the goaltending. Eddie Salo, 40 shots against, comes up with 35 saves. He needed at least 1 more. That Duda shot, I'm going to see more replays on it, but it looked to me like kind of a softie given up by Salo there. I mean, especially you're dubbed as the best goaltender on planet Earth. You got to come up with that save, and he was unable to. So he comes away with an .875 save percentage on 5 goals against for Eddie Salo. Let's now head to our goal scorers of the evening. You'll see there Montreal takes a 2-0 lead there in about a minute 30 as De Laurent and Acho able to score goals. Then to start this, excuse me, I thought they got one right before the end of the first, but my fault. Seraphin Cody gets one to start the second period, and then we wait about 12 minutes before Sokolov gets it to 3-1, and then in quick succession, about 3 minutes, Konstantinov and Bure tie it up before the end of the second period. Bure scores with about 5 minutes left. We thought maybe that might have to do it, or we might head to overtime, if anything. Sokolov, with 13 seconds left with the extra attacker on, is able to, as Lackinen fired one, it trickled by Salo, and then Sokolov basically just tapped it in. And then Boris Duda on a bit of a rush situation, defenseman not really stepping up into the play, and he fires one past Eddie Salo with 9 seconds left to give Montreal the 5-4 win tonight. So that's going to do it for us here from Montreal. We have 2 more games coming up this evening. Next up, though, is going to be a battle between 2 America Division opponents, both with their eyes on first place, both tied with their eyes of keeping first place for themselves, as New York will head to Detroit to take on the Trappers. So we'll send you out to Detroit. We thank you for joining us here from Minnesota, and we'll see you next time.